the most amazing soft body physics simulator for vehicles you're going to find this side of the galaxy. Oh, buddy. Today we're diving into one of my more favorite scenarios that I recall. This one is called Drown the Pigeon. That's right. This, if you can't quite see in the video, is a three-wheeled vehicle, much similar to the Reliant Robin from the UK. That was basically a front-wheel drive, single front-wheel, twin rear-wheel system setup. Kind of a tricycle car of sorts. This one here is basically, as you can see, Drown the Pigeon. It says, help the defenseless little yellow Ibishu pigeon survive through multiple puddles of water. Difficulty is medium. The authors are BeamNG. The creation is August 7th, 2015, and the map is Jungle Rock Island. Now, this is a funny little car, a funny little truck. It kind of harkens back to some of the eras of around the United Kingdom, as well as some of the vehicles you just might see around Japan and other areas like that, just where the smaller vehicles make a lot more sense. Now, of course, this is here on the map that kind of harkens back to Hawaii, but I don't recall ever seeing those in that region. Of course, Drown the Pigeon, we went through the description here, and it says tips and hints. Avoid going too deep underwater for too long, or it'll flood the engine. This kills the pigeon. Now, when we're going to worry too much here about completing this first time around, we just want to take a look at this little vehicle. Looks like it's got a separated bed. Looks like it's got some independent, no, it's axle with leaf springs on the back. But that's right. What does this front thing look like down here? It is a single leakage steering wheel. We're going to go zoom in down here a little bit, cheating just a wee little bit. Looks like got a spare tire down there. You can see the little tiny engine down there that's more or less underneath where you sit. And you can see that this is more or less a single front wheel. It's just a steering mechanism linked up to the steering wheel up top. This is pretty cool. Not only is it a cool little vehicle, but when this front suspension compresses, you can see that the shock is completely offset. You get some very weird steering dynamics where it compresses and it wants to steer to the right or the left just a little bit different than it otherwise would. Now, you can say this is a weird vehicle, but things like this have existed. This thing, oh my gosh, this thing is a lot of fun. It's very easy to trimaran yourself in a situation where it basically wants to roll. And it's so cool. If this was rear-wheel drive entirely, which it is right now, actually, but if this was front-wheel drive entirely, you'd have slightly different profile. But as it is, you're pushing all the power to the back end of this thing, and when you want to lean, it's going to pivot on. It's an engineering nightmare, and I love it. It's so cool. So we're going to be driving along a lot of roads like this, trying to do a bunch of cool things through a bunch of mud puddles without breaking it. I think we might spend most of our time here in this little valley, judging by the checker flag spots way over there. So without further ado, how we're going to handle this is how we usually do here with the BeamNG scenarios playlist and all the scenarios that we're running through right here, which is this first run through. We're going to leave it here in automatic transmission. We're going to be in third-person view. We're going to just hammer as fast and as hard as we can to try to get this through to get the best time possible. Now, this might mean that we go in with a few attempts before we complete this, and that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. But we're going to then go into the in-person, basically first-person view here inside the cockpit, looking around, doing crazy cool things like that to see if it makes a little bit of a difference. Now, the main reason that's important is because sometimes you get a better feel for the suspension, the travel, how the vehicle is handling if you are in the actual driver's seat of the car. Third person, sometimes you lose a little bit of that control, basically the weight transfer. I'm not quite sure how the weight transfer is going to work very well on this, as we're not trying to plant a right front or a left front. It's center front, but we'll see. And if that doesn't work out, or if we find that we can't quite complete the mission, we will always try to go in either first or third person with a manual transmission to control the gearing, the ratios, trying to get that best power to torque curve and all that fun stuff, all that techno babble to see if that makes sense. So without further ado, let's see if we can't not drown this Ibishu pigeon. It's an absolutely adorable little vehicle, and I love it, not because it's good, but because it's terrible. And that's all the reasons for me. Here we go. Slam it forward. Oh, baby. Man, this whole frame just wants to roll, and not great. Here we go. Slamming all the way down through. This thing can fly pretty darn good. Looks like we're going to be going to the right. Oh, gosh. Did we miss it? Oh, my gosh. We're drowning the engine. Not good. Oh, boy. Where is the... There it is. Okay. We didn't quite see it. We do not need to go down here. Where is it? Oh, my gosh. It's way up there. Not ideal. Oh, we might have just gotten ourselves potentially stuck. Not quite. Maybe. This thing is so light. Oh, we are stuck on some foliage, I think. Not good. Golly gee whiz. Well, we're going to reset that. We're going to try it again now that we know the course a little bit better. We're still going to just launch it off here, this first one. I think it definitely can handle it. And we'll see how this goes. Launching it. We made it. We didn't make it. We flipped it. Oh, we're back on our wheels. Self-riding mechanism. Oh boy. Apparently, this vehicle is so light we can't easily drive through the foliage that's there. So we got to be a bit more careful. We'll take it a little more careful. But again, we're trying to get the best time that we can. So we're going to be a little bit more careful and just tried to plant that front end so it would turn. That does not work with this vehicle, hands down. Jumping across, looks like we got to go over here. And it's hard to see where these symbols are. This is where it is. The next one is there. The next one is to the right. So we'll do that. Don't roll. Come on. Get back on your wheels. Here we go. Where's the next one? It's over there to the right. Got to watch out for the foliage. We'll get hung up on that, which is not ideal. Oh, gosh. Man, this thing is just getting drowned up. Not the best situation. Can we get to where we got to go? We are rolling it. Come on. Get back on your wheels. Here we go. Here we go. Maybe. Yes. I think we made it. Oh, there we go. Finally, we completed the first run with the Bishu Pigeon. 44 seconds and 0.5. So basically 44 and a half seconds. Not too shabby. We're going to go here to the internal view, and we're going to give this another try. This is a really fantastic little tiny vehicle. I love the color palette. It's so evocative of the late 90s and some of the colors that you get. Just crazy. It's all metal in here, which is not ideal, but ooh, there is a warning sign down there. What does it say? Warning, do not make a steering sharply at the high speed. Well, it's probably a really good idea. So let's see what we got down here. All sorts of no rev counter at all, just a speedo it looks like. Oh my gosh. This rolls so much. Oh boy. This is awkward. I think we just got ate by a plant. Gosh, we are not going anywhere fast. We're gonna reset that. We're gonna try it again. We're gonna zoom out just a little bit so we can see the speedo just a little bit better. We're gonna come down here. Oh man, I keep trying to hit the brake and use the throttle to plant this front end so we can get some traction, some transition, some ability to go. And I think we missed a checkpoint. Oh my gosh, I don't see where it is. I don't know why it doesn't show up quite so well on this track. There it is, all the way over there. But yeah, this thing does not handle very well, and first person is more like a wild ride than anything else. I don't even know where it is. Oh my gosh. So we do have to keep an eye. These things get very, very transparent as you get closer, which is not super good. But we're going to see what we can do. I'm guessing we got a bush over here. I don't see it. I see one way up there. Maybe that's where we got to go. I don't know. I've lost it. We got to do a much better job. We're not getting any checkpoints, so I think we missed one. Man, this is a pretty decent little vehicle. Not great, though. All right, so goal number one, we have to, while in first-person view, whether it's the yellow or not, we have to be very cognizant of where these checkpoints are because they get transparent as you get closer, and you might miss them. Over here to the right, there we go. I'm not quite sure where the next one is. I think it's right there to our right. We didn't quite see it. There it is. I'm assuming we got it. Here's the next orange one. We can barely see it coming up here to the next one up here, and we know we have to take a right after that, smashing through all of the puddles. And again, that one's pretty straightforward. Where's the next one? Oh, we're driving over the bushes. Not ideal. There it is right in front of us. We just barely made it through. We're going to go straight across here. We're going to be brave through the water, hanging a right. I think we got it. Coming up here. Oh, nope, don't go in the water. Come on, hang a left. There it is. I'm not sure if that's faster. 46.2 seconds. I think that might be a touch slower. I'm not sure about that. First person is definitely more difficult, I think, with this vehicle, simply because it's so hard to see where the next coloration is for, all of your stuff. So with this being the case, though, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come up here and put it into realistic, and we'll see if that makes much of a difference. It kind of revs out like a motorcycle engine would a little bit. Yeah, third person, you definitely can see a lot better. We're just gonna hang out in second gear, I guess. It seems to be a pretty good gear. Um, oh my gosh. Back into first. We gotta go. We gotta go. Come on, get those rear wheels moving. Here we go. Here we go. And just kind of slamming through there. I don't want to over rev this thing, but at the same time, I also want to make sure that we have the go juice, the ability to get going when we need to. But first gear and second gear, they don't play that well together. Oh my gosh. Come on, get out of the water. Come on, the front wheel is not responding very well. And we're, of course, in the wrong gear. There it is, 42 seconds. Well, I think that's going to be the fastest time that we've run across yet with this vehicle. Not too shabby, not too shabby. We're going to come over here and put it down here back into the arcade gearbox. This is an interesting little item. And I can definitely see how this would be fun to drive, or basically be a nice cheap alternative if you're just driving around the city, you know, moving goods and stuff, or just need a simple little people carrier. This thing, oh, this thing can definitely cruise. Oh, that's scary. Oh, wow, that it requires massive amount of steering involvement just to keep this on the road when it's bouncing around. Can we make a hard corner? Kind of. The front wheel does not have the traction needed to bite into this. Ooh, let's go see if the e-brake works. Fingers crossed. Here we go, and e-brake. Surprisingly well, actually. Man, I would be so scared about hanging a hard right. With the driver being on the right-hand side, I figure this thing would likely tip over to the right a little bit more. And with that suspension setup over there, that looks like it's very easy, that steering arm, to just get demolished and wrecked. I wonder if it's easier to e-brake to the left. Not really sure. But this thing is cool. I like it. It's an odd vehicle. It's definitely interesting. It harkens back to, again, vehicles from, you know, Japan, the UK, different eras, things like that. And ooh, okay, there is a road here. It does not stop particularly well though, but surprisingly, for as much as it wobbles around and is hard to control, it just keeps on going, which is pretty darn cool. But yeah, I like it because it's in the game. It's an interesting situation. It's an interesting vehicle that does interesting things, none of which particularly well, I might add. The weight transfer, the handling on this is just, it's ridiculous. All the weight's on the front, all the power's on the back. The weight transfer just, it's so unpredictable and just awkward. And I think it's mostly due to the wheel setup here. Can we take this corner? How quickly can we corner? Surprisingly pretty good if you don't mind Tokyo drifting it. Oh gosh. And this thing is so light, it just rolls around for days and days. But again, we are here on a beautiful map. I love this map. It's really, really fantastic. It's a lot of fun. A lot of really cool opportunities to kind of drive around and check things out. But yeah, seriously, if you get a chance, go and pick up BeamNG.drive when it's on sale, especially if you're feeling like it's a little too expensive. But definitely there's continuing updates. It's a game that's continuing to get attention from the developers. And it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool things out there that we haven't quite covered yet in the scenarios. There's tons of vehicles. There's tons of opportunities. And we're going to lose it. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Into the foliage. I think that might be it for this car. We definitely are not going to be getting ourselves out of that on our own free will. We might need to get a chainsaw out and hack ourselves free of this one. Oh, man. But with that being the case, ladies and gents, thank you very much for stopping on by for another scenario here in BeamNG.drive. And I highly encourage you to go check out the game if you haven't already. It's a lot of fun. And as always, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.